All right, well, you're obviously a brave person to be back for round 3. So let's just continue on and look at the two main processes involved in photosynthesis. Now, please recall that photosynthesis occurs within the chloroplasts of photosynthetic organisms. So there's little green organelles with those stacks of membranes, the grana that have the thylakoid membranes, and then this fluid-filled portion of the cell as well. Now, there are two basic sets of reactions that occur, and the first of which to happen is what's called the light reactions. I'll abbreviate this LT, RX, and apostrophe S. So the light reactions. Now, the light reactions occur within the thylakoid membranes. So what happens is, here, I'll record that. So what happens is that energy from the sun travels 92 million miles to Earth, and that energy is used to power the conversion of water into electrons and hydrogen ions that can be used to drive the chemiosmotic creation of energy in the form of ATP through a process called photophosphorylation. Now remember that to phosphorylate means to add phosphate, and photophosphorylation means that energy from light is used to add phosphate to ADP to make the energy currency of ATP. So the basic idea is water is split apart, and these electrons from water are used in an electron transport chain that creates a proton motive force similar to cellular respiration that drives an enzyme, a membrane-bound enzyme in the thylakoid that creates ATP. So in some regards, this is somewhat similar in some of the steps to the cellular respiration that you've been studying. Now, the movement of these hydrogen ions along with the electrons also powers the production of NADPH, closely related to the NADH that you learned about in cellular respiration. This is, like that other process, an electron carrier. So this can actually shuttle high energy electrons from one part of the cell to the other. So we have these energy molecules, if you will, that are used then to power the next step in cellular respiration, and that is what is called the Calvin cycle, named after, of course, the great Melvin Calvin, the guy with two first names. So you have the Calvin cycle. Sometimes you'll hear these referred to as the dark reactions or the light independent reactions, simply because they don't directly rely upon light to be powered. Instead, the power source is ATP and NADPH created during the light reactions. Now, the Calvin cycle occurs in the stroma, this fluid portion of the cell, or of the chloroplast. Now, what's interesting is that this is a process of what is called carbon fixation. And in this process, what happens is carbon dioxide is reduced to form organic molecules, or in this case, sugars, using energy from, appropriately enough, NADPH and ATP. So it's sort of an elegant design to take energy from the sun and convert that light energy into a chemical energy in ATP and NADPH, and then to use that energy from NADPH and ATP to power the conversion of an inorganic substance like carbon dioxide into organic molecules like sugars that can be used to power cellular respiration, or can be used to build cellular structures. So to do a quick summary, the whole idea of this is that photosynthesis displays this emergent property. You take these individual parts and have them work together through a series of reactions to do work that the individual parts could not do alone. And this is a result of the structure within the chloroplast. You have these folded membranes and the enzymes embedded in the membranes and the work they do. Now, this structure of the chloroplast helps facilitate the conversion of water and atmospheric carbon dioxide to organic compounds using energy from the sun and a series of specific enzymes. So what we'll do in future sections is get into a little bit greater detail about what happens during these processes.